Cheers.
That's how you relax after you experience your first ever earthquake. You guys, my first earthquake that we felt, was a 7.1 hurricane. And the third...
Okay, mate.
Oh. We felt a 7.1 earthquake.
From this very spot.
From this very spot, yeah. Apparently, within the last 2 days, we've had 3 earthquakes, and they've all been a little bit more intense than an aftershock of a first earthquake, and that's what is apparently worrying people. I have now learned, which I should have known my whole life, and I'm sure my family can all attest to this, is that my phobia is natural disasters, and the best part of it, his is too. So...
it's one of those things that I completely forgot was even a thing, and then it happened. I mean,
like an earthquake or just
like, yeah, like...
Okay, so...
You don't get earthquakes in England.
You don't get earthquakes in the Midwest either. Like, I told my friend Jaya, I was like, I would have rather experienced a tornado or like a really terrifying thunder than that. Okay, so what happened was, we were sitting in bed like we were watching Stranger Things season 3, holla at ya. We had just started episode 2 and Jaya FaceTimed me and I was like, oh, should I even answer? And I answered, and in the middle of us talking about like funny things that happened for the 4th, Matt literally was like, Anna, and like grabbed me, like he's like, Anna, and I was like, what? And we looked and he's like, there's an earthquake, like the bed's shaking.
And the bed's moving right now, we need to go.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't feel it. Like, I think genuinely if he wasn't sitting next to me, I wouldn't have noticed.
And you wouldn't be feeling anxious right now, so I'm actually the arsehole in this whole thing.
Yeah, so really, you, Matt. But it's okay. So we just grabbed Bama.
The dog, yeah.
And ran downstairs.
You just like, get the dog, and then I think we probably did everything possibly wrong.
Yeah, we went down without shoes.
Without shoes.
We went to the front door.
Stood by the front door.
Opened the door and went outside.
And then went outside.
But it was already done by then, which was fine. But it's crazy because like in the moment, it wasn't scaring me. And then it was the aftermath where like even now...
Time to think
right.
about it.
It's the adrenaline. I feel like it just kind of pushes you. But it's crazy because... It's what, now an hour since it's happened, and I still feel like, I feel the kind of anxious where I feel like I might throw up. Like, I feel like there's no room left in my stomach. He is very anxious about it too, but he's trying not to be because he can tell how anxious I am. I can just tell.
It's just start being really, really crazy. It's just gonna be like, just, no one's gonna sleep tonight.
Okay, but honestly, like,
a lot of panic attacks and a lot of like medication.
Well, yeah, he's sleeping in bed with me tonight for sure. Well, so we were downstairs and he was like, I think it's done already. I think the earthquake's already done. And then we went inside and we kind of just were discussing and talking about it. And like, I think the realization hit me of how serious an earthquake actually can be, because it was never something that I had to fear living in the Midwest. I didn't know anything about it. And Sarah, my boss, had mentioned to me once like that I need to get an earthquake survival kit prepared, but I obviously heard her and was going to do it and then didn't do it because it wasn't prevalent in the moment. And then when we were talking about it after this earthquake happened, I was like, wow. Not only is it a lot more common than I thought, but it's very dangerous. And I was so unprepared for what I would have needed had it been something worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have backup plans.
We can't say.
No, we can't say what our plans are, but we have plans, and we know now to go under a doorway immediately. We went to the local Laurel Country Store.
Canyon Country Store.
Country Store, where Jennifer Aniston used to work, and bought everything we needed: water, Band-Aids, batteries, deodorant, soap, toilet paper, snacks. Like, we got it all because it was like a huge eye-opener. Anyway, so what I was saying was, it all happened and we were talking about it afterwards, and I was on FaceTime with Jaya and she was on FaceTime when the earthquake hit her where she was in Target.
That was weird.
And it lasted there. It was done for us, but it had just hit where she was and was lasting a lot longer. Like, she said the lights were flickering and the whole store was shaking. And so, which is strange. Although it might have been happening for us a lot longer than we thought, and we just didn't feel it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get off FaceTime after it all happens. She FaceTimes me again, and she's like, stay strong, but I want you to pack a bag, and I want you to do it now. I want you to get a proper, and I'm like, Now?
Have you seen something on the news?
Yeah, I was
Is it
like,
about to
I
happen?
literally texted her afterwards. I was like, what are you not telling me that everybody else knows? Because there's gotta be something, because why am I packing a preparation bag right now? And then we have a group text going on and everybody in it is like, you know, we haven't had a huge earthquake, but we're about to have one, so
Everyone's going to die.
Literally, that is what our group message is saying, right? Jaya FaceTimes me again, and she's with her mom at dinner, and she's kind of coaching me through like where to stand and like what to do during an earthquake, and I start crying. And so her mom takes the FaceTime call and she's like, "You are so precious." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you're gonna make fun of me." And they just kind of talked me through how at least an earthquake can be monitored.
The thing, like, there's people whose job track and can keep record of earthquakes.
Right.
To a point.
Right. I think too, we're in a good area where we are living under infrastructure that was built to last these kinds of things.
Hopefully.
That was quite the roller coaster of emotions. It just makes you think, like, I don't know who's going to be able to relate to this, but I'm 23, he's 22, and we're living on our own. If something happens, it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves. It's our responsibility to figure it out, and we're on our own. I don't know why, but that gets me choked up every time I think of it. I miss being in my parents' house and like feeling protected.
But I think that's something that you've got to remember, like, you're not alone, are you? Like, your parents aren't here, but you've got so many other people around you.
I know.
And that's the way you've got to do it. That's what everyone's doing. That's what everyone does every day.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
If you think of it like that, everyone's in the road.
Right.
Right? Because
Right.
then everyone would just be living at their parents' house.
Right.
And there wouldn't be any parents because there would be nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks. But at the same point, you're not on your own. You've got loads of friends.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying in the car. I do tough love. I don't do like, you'll be fine. I'm like,
He did hug me a couple times.
yeah.
He's taking care of me. Even though I should be taking care of you too. I'm so selfish. God damn it.
It's fine. I'll just. This is my support system.
Oh my gosh. It is funny, like you said in the store, you were like, it really makes you realize that something could happen at any, and that's so cliche, but like something could happen at any moment, so why not like seize the moment
Yeah.
that you're in?
Yeah.
There's two things that's really worrying people. One is that there have been so many and like back to back. And the other thing is that the intensity of these ones should be a little bit lower because they're supposed to just be the aftermath of the first earthquake, but they're just as intense, if not more intense. And that's what's worrying people. And apparently we haven't had like a really, really big earthquake in 19 years. And so that's where San Andreas comes in. And if you know me at all, you know that that's where my brain goes. So all I can think about now is that we are going to be floating in a tsunami
So not realistic.
on a boat
You have
made
no
of like
idea.
doorways. I texted Sarah, my boss, because she lives just like a fourth of a mile down the road, and she was like, listen, this is scary for you because you've never experienced it. Just as, you know, encountering a tornado would be scary for somebody that's never been around a tornado. And for me, tornadoes were something that I grew up with. I remember being at a NASCAR race with my family and sitting outside watching a tornado pass by. It was just there. I think maybe it's just the unknown. And that's what Sarah said. And she's like, for me, it's not that big of a deal. Just turn a show on, put a face mask on, and just chill, because it's one of those things that you can't prevent. I mean, you can just only be prepared for it. I need something to relax my nerves because I was on Ask Matt. I mean,
You've been on an emotional journey today.
I've been sobbing.
That's why you should never wait for anything.
God.
Because we were just sitting here, eating pizza, watching Stranger Things.
It puts things into perspective.
For now.
For now, yeah.
Tomorrow will be like, right, what are we doing?
I guess another aspect of it is like, as an adult, you are constantly having to learn new things, and you are forced into these situations where you have to act as an adult, even if you don't want to. I never realized that until I did move halfway across the country, because I was never put in a position where somebody was, and even still, I'm not really put in that kind of situation, because it is easy enough for me to FaceTime my dad and ask him to walk me through that. It is easy enough to text Sarah just on the street and ask her to help me out. I never realized until I moved out on my own how much I still had to learn about the world and like handling life. I really did not want to have to go buy stuff as a survival kit because that makes everything too real for me and it's absolutely terrifying. But if I want to survive something that could be deadly, I need to make sure I'm preparing for it. I need to be an adult about it and I need to put on my brave pants and buckle them up and get on with it. So I think we're gonna spend the rest of our night trying to chill. I think I'm gonna try to not go on my phone.
I've already found some fantastic memes. Should we watch San Andreas tonight?
No, what the I can't even watch that when I'm not living in. That was the other thing I said. Of all the places I could move, I moved somewhere where my biggest phobia is the most prevalent. Anyway, I wanted to pull the camera out to document this because this is another part of the journey and growing up and being forced into situations that you don't always want to be a part of.
Comment below if you are one of those people that wants to be part of the earthquake movement.
No, but comment below if you have ever experienced an earthquake before, because it's
a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's something. It's something. But in the words of one of my favorite movies that actually begins with an earthquake, Cinderella Story. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Which I think fits perfectly. Don't be so fearful of things happening in the world that you don't live your life to the fullest. Cheers.
See you on the other side.
Signing out.